World vs. World and PvP Reward Tracks can be a very good source of profit and valuable items. In this video, we will look at the best reward tracks. I just made a guide that explained how can you significantly increase the reward track progress in PvP and World vs. World by more than 100%. I will leave the link for that video in the comments and description. Also, please note that if you are ever desperate and you want to just instantly finish any reward track, you can consume 80 of the World vs. World or PvP potions, and you get 1 potion from each of the World vs. World and PvP dailies. All of the reward tracks we will mention right now will have 2 types. They will either be repeatable or non-repeatable. If they have this icon beside them, it means it is repeatable, and you can choose to have any reward track repeatable by clicking on this infinity icon. When it has this check mark, it means it is repeated, and every time it will finish, it will just start from the beginning again. We will start with the best source of gold. The easiest and the most straightforward will be the Living Season 4 reward tracks. All of them are very good and very profitable, and the difference between each of them is very minimum. The idea behind all of them is the same. In the last chest, choose the map currency. So for example, in Dragonfall, you want to choose the Mistborn modes as the final reward, and then the most straightforward thing you can do is to just consume those currencies, which will give you volatile magic that you can then use for profit. I have another guide that explains how can you make some decent profit from volatile magic. I will leave the link for it in the comments and description. Please keep in mind that this will be based on the current market prices, which can easily change in the future. Magoma Wastes reward track is another one that is very profitable. However, this will require you to know how to properly use the geodes, which is the currency you get from this chest, to maximize your profit from it. So if you don't know how to do that, stay away from this one and select Living Season 4 ones instead. To unlock the reward tracks from Living Season 4, you must complete each chapter at least on 1 character, and when you are done, it will unlock the reward track for that map. For example, as you are doing Chapter 1 in Living World Season 4, you will unlock the Domain of Estan reward track, and this will apply to all the other chapters. If you don't have access to Living World Season 4, then the second best option will be the ones from Living World Season 3, and the same concept applies. As you progress through each chapter, you will unlock the map for it, and then when you do the reward track, you will get a final chest. You can select the map currency from them, consume them for unbound magic, and then you can use the unbound magic for profit. And if you don't know how to do that, I have another guide that I made on that subject. I will leave now in the comments and description. Those reward tracks are also one of the best sources to gear up any character with stat selectable exotic level 80. I made the previous guide on this, and I will leave the links for it in the comments and description. We can also get a full set of stat selectable ascended trinkets from Living Season 3 and Living Season 4. The World vs. World and PvP reward tracks are one of the best sources for the map currencies of both. I will leave a link for the Ascended Trinkets guide in the comments and description. Dungeon reward tracks are one of the best sources of their currency. Every time you will complete a dungeon reward track, it will give you a total of 240 of that dungeon currency. On top of that, the last reward will give you a chest where you can select some armor from. That armor will include the exclusive rune of the dungeon. For example, in Ascalonian Catacombs, that last chest will contain 1 monk rune inside that piece of gear, so you can then extract it with a Black Lion salvage kit. Now let's look at crafting legendary armor and weapons. Almost all of them will need the Gift of Battle. You can only get it from the Gift of Battle reward track, which is in World vs. World. There is no other source for it. Another item that is very useful to have for any legendary are Mystic Clovers. A lot of the non-repeatable reward tracks will give you a lot of Mystic Clovers. For example, this Grothmar Valley reward track will give you a total of 9 Mystic Clovers at the end. Another thing you can do to get even more Mystic Clovers, a lot of the non-repeatable reward tracks can be done once in This Vault and once in PvP. And for the repeatable reward tracks, most of them are going to give you 2 Mystic Clovers at the end, along with whatever unique rewards it will give you. I will leave a list down in the description of the reward tracks that are repeatable and non-repeatable that will give you Mystic Clovers and the quantity you will get from each of them. If you found this guide helpful, please consider subscribing and leaving a like to see more similar content in the future. I will now leave a playlist on your screen for more gold making guides in Guild Wars 2. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.